All right, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back to episode 17 of the Altered States Unplugged podcast. We are here live with another special guest. So excited. The name of this episode is 400 Hours in the Tank, Bowen's Secret to Floating. So today, like I said before, we have a special guest. I am joined here by my wife partner, Jojo Strubing as well. Jojo, say hi.
Hey, guys.
And then Bowen is here with us as well.
Hello.
A little bit about Bowen. Bowen has been with us since the very beginning. He is our number one regular, right?
Yeah.
So that 400 hours in the tank is not an exaggeration.
No.
Bowen floats every week for 2 hours plus. Okay, so it's not hyperbole, but it has been 400 hours. If you think about that amount of time, it is very significant. A little bit about Bowen. He is from the Bay Area. He has a passion for the carnivore diet, Bitcoin, and biohacking his way to peak performance. We're thrilled to have him here to share his float journey, a couple tips on how to maximize the experience, and how floating has impacted his life in unexpected ways. Get ready for a super inspiring conversation with Bowen, who's practically a float guru. He's one of the guys I actually go to. No, it is. It's true, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I go to you all the time and ask you, just for some pointers for people who haven't floated before. And you've become a real good resource for us and certainly an asset to the culture at Altered States Wellness. So, and I know I'm sure I missed a couple things in that bio. Just to kick us off, just share a little bit about yourself.
I was born in China, came to the States when I was 9.
Nice.
First in New Mexico, Las Cruces, Walter White's haunting grounds.
Yes.
And then Santa Barbara, then LA, then the Bay Area, and now in Dallas.
Nice.
Love it.
Nice. How do you like it here? You like it?
I like it. I want to say the weather, but I realize I brainwashed myself to think I didn't mind the weather, but actually the summers are brutal.
Yeah,
They are.
They are.
Especially compared to the Bay Area. I mean,
Yeah.
Bay Area's, it gets pretty dry and cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you said I've gotten to know you over the last few years. I know you said you've made like a body transformation too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Didn't you?
Do the carnivore diet.
Do the carnivore diet.
Yeah.
How much weight did you lose on that, man? Wasn't it?
Probably 100 pounds.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Yeah. I know the carnivore diet's done wonders for you, like how you feel too, right?
Mentally more than physically, I would say even.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. It's before the carnivore diet, I used to get anxiety, just like general anxiety. And you realize that when you cut out the bullshit in your diet, it's the toxic stuff that makes you mentally and physically ill, and and eat the most nutritious part of an animal, and you realize that, oh shit, life can be this good.
Yeah.
So many people are just poisoned by their food and don't even realize it.
Right. And a lot of times it's not about what you are eating, it's about what you're not.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. That's huge.
Yeah.
That is
I've
huge.
been inspired by you sharing, when you come by the store, and I was very impressed with how much meat you could consume when we had dinner with you as well.
We went to like a Brazilian steakhouse a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about like this and stuff like that. And Joanne and I had finished about 45 minutes in, and Bowen is just going strong, man. It was like,
awesome.
I think we figured it was like 5 pounds of meat. I was just like, oh my goodness.
No, when all you eat is meat, you can eat a lot.
Yeah.
I see.
You realize you could eat way more than you think.
I saw.
Awesome.
I can
good.
attest. I can attest to that for sure.
Well, I am so excited to hear from you today. I know a lot of times like you share your tips and stuff for ideas and thoughts with Kyle, but I'm excited just to dig in and hear from you myself on just like what you do with all these hours in the tank, because like Kyle mentioned, I think Bowen's floated probably more than anyone else at our float center. So it's incredible to have somebody with your experience and insight share for all of those out there who maybe haven't floated yet or who do float but want to take it to that next level like you. So I want to start with taking it back to the first time you ever floated. Can you share a little bit about the first time? Do you remember?
Yeah. It was 2 years ago. I was going back to the Bay Area to visit my parents, and I was hanging out with some friends and just bullshitting around and just talking about Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Inevitably comes up.
Yeah.
And we were talking about, he does like float tanks like several times a week. Maybe let's try that. And so I went online and looked at a float tank in San Ramon. It was maybe 45 minutes away from Newark, where I was visiting my parents. And went there, did 60 minutes for the first float. Really enjoyed it. Felt longer than 60 minutes, but it was very calm and relaxing, and didn't know what to expect. Didn't really expect anything, but I remember just thinking about not even trying to think about stuff, but when there's no sensory inputs, your brain just brings stuff up that how you haven't thought about in a very long time, or stuff that you're trying to avoid. And I was able to think about just past memories that were maybe painful, but just confronting those memories helped me to get over them.
Wow.
And I really enjoyed it. And a week later, I did it again for 90 minutes. Then I was hooked.
Yeah.
Right.
Then when I came back here to Dallas, I was, went online to search for places to float. And you guys were maybe 15 minutes from where I lived. And I went over and just every week.
Every week, yeah.
I love it. Wow. So the first time it was that quickly that like you were already processing emotions in the tank?
Yeah, it was more. I'm trying to think what it was like, because I've been doing it for every week for 2 years. The first time it just felt like you're weightless. You're almost floating in space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was opening my eyes the whole time just because it was pitch black.
Yeah.
Because when you open your eyes and close your eyes, it's the same thing. And it just felt altered state.
Yeah.
You
sure.
felt you were in an altered state, almost like primordial, and like you're almost back in your mother's womb. Or something.
Yeah.
We hear that a lot.
We do hear that a lot.
Yeah.
It's like you've entered the womb,
Yeah.
and then when then when you leave, you're almost rebirthed.
Yes. That's every time I come out, I feel serene and relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It helps so much. It's also it's kind of like a forced meditation. If you have trouble meditating, go into a float, and it forces you, your brain get to that state.
Yeah. That's how it is for me. Like I cannot meditate. Like the first noise or thought, I'll get up and start cleaning because there's dust on the counter. Like
the dog will move or something. We went to in the end of the summer, beginning of the fall, we went to this, like they had this outdoor pool where you floated on water on an air mattress, and you wore like eye coverings and stuff, and they played music and everything on the outside. It was like a sound bath with like float across Texas or something, which was a cool experience.
Really
like
cool.
I'm not trashing the experience, but I couldn't get into it. Because you could hear cars go by, or you could hear, and it was just like me being at home. Every time the dog, turns over something, I'm like right out of it. It definitely was
like, not totally different than being in a float tank.
And now we're so spoiled. Like it's anything less than that. It's just not even worth it. So I really don't even try. It's unfortunate. I should try a little bit more. What are some of the biggest changes that you've noticed in your body and mind since you started floating regularly?
I'm a lot calmer.
Mm-hmm.
Way more calmer now. Also did help reduce anxiety or stress.
Yeah.
Definitely. And whenever I get a stressful week, I make sure I book a session.
Right. I can tell. Yeah.
And after the session, the stress just goes away.
Yeah.
It's like whatever is bothering you, and you just think about it. And it's I don't know the exact mechanisms that work in your brain, but when you really confront a anxious thought and you're confronting something that you don't want to, you fear almost, you come out of it just almost very relieved almost. Yeah.
Do you find solutions to it
Yes.
when you're in? Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's because you're able to, your mind, you create more space within your mind due to the lack of, like you said, inputs.
Yeah.
You're able to really find a lot of solutions and stuff.
Yeah, it's almost the key to it. What I was thinking about the questions on the way here, and the key to it is like do nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing, like empty your mind and do nothing and just let your unconscious brain work itself out.
Right.
Which is so hard because we don't do that.
Yeah, no.
Like.
People are living, their lifestyles are way too fast and they just don't have time to even think.
Yeah. We were talking about this in an episode earlier, Will, about how like sometimes when you get in the tank, it's the first time you've even realized you have an emotion there, that because we don't allow ourselves to process those things. We just keep going. And it's like, oh, something from 3 years ago I never even took the time to think about. So
do you notice anything physically, like with your, like regarding recovery or anything for when you train? I know you train a lot.
Yeah. No, physically it's definitely helps.
Yeah.
It's it's almost like the effects of getting a massage.
Yeah.
You come out, you're very loose. Your muscles are loose, and but I'm doing it mostly just for mental well-being.
Right.
That's like the number one thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's so important. I mean, it's huge. And having that weekly reset. And like you said, when you have a stressful week coming up, like, you have that as a tool, like to get through it, and almost like helps okay, I'm going to be able to handle this better. Yeah.
Do you have any rituals or habits or anything that you do before you get into the tank? Are you doing like a mental inventory before you go in?
No. I just go in. I don't. It's really just more of a free flowing experience.
Be in the moment.
Yeah.
And allow yourself just to let go.
Yes.
Yeah, you're not overthinking it. You're just getting in there. Yeah. No, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
No, I think that's incredible, that especially now that you've been doing it so long, like I think you're probably able to get to that point faster, like of just letting go.
Yes. It's it's funny that you said that, because the first time I did it, it was the first few times I was forcing myself trying to go into that state. And now it's just you go in like 2 minutes later.
Yeah. You said earlier, it felt a lot longer than 60 minutes, and now you do like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Does it still feel long, or does it go by fast?
It goes by faster.
Yeah. I figured that was going to be the answer, but it's amazing how you really lose track of time in there.
Yeah. Sometimes I doze off a little bit and wake up and forgot how long I've been here.
Wake up? Is it tomorrow?
That's true.
And that's the best feeling though, when you kind of come to again, and it feels like you almost lose your sense of history almost. It's like I feel like I'm just floating in space. You lose track of who you, like your ego or something.
I would say that is one of the biggest benefits of doing the longer floats too, because sometimes people go in and do an hour and they'll fall asleep, and they're asleep for 20 minutes to a half hour and they missed out on half their float. So by going that 2 hours and pushing yourself a little bit to stay in there, you're able to really go through that full cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything you focus on when you get in there? Like, do you ever set intentions, or is it truly just nothing?
No, maybe for the first year of it, I try to focus on a lot of unresolved issues from my childhood.
Yeah.
And like abuse and trauma. But now I don't have a plan at all.
Yeah.
I just go in and think whatever thoughts I want.
Yeah.
And
that's awesome.
Yeah. Last year I sold my condo back in San Jose. Yeah. And it was really the flow sessions that made me determined to go all in on Bitcoin after with the proceeds.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, we always say when you have a decision to make, like, go
No,
float
really,
about it.
it's if you have a decision that you're not sure about,
Yeah.
go in the tank.
Yeah.
It's gonna, when you come out, it's gonna get resolved.
See?
Yeah.
Okay. We got a customer validating what we say here. Yeah. I love it.
No,
Yeah.
it's absolutely true. It's you, because you're not distracted by anything. You can focus purely on that one question you have.
Yeah.
And you realize that, oh, I didn't really feel it. You discover different, aspects of yourself that you don't know about. Like, on the outside world.
Yeah.
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 It's almost like going in there, you're entering a different world.
Yeah.
Then you come out. It may sound like crazy, but for me, it feels like that. Every time I go in, I'm entering a different realm.
Yeah.
For 2 hours, and I come out.
Yeah.
Armed with what you saw in there, then you're into you're able to gain that knowledge and then apply it once you kind of come down, and land off the clouds. Yeah.
That's so cool. You probably know yourself better than so many people, from all that time in there.
Yeah. No, definitely. I don't know about so many people, but definitely compared to a couple of years ago, definitely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome.
I recommend to everybody I talk to about it.
Yeah.
Some of them take up on it, and they say it's really been helping them.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to get them to make that.
You're like, what do you do for 2 hours?
What? I can do that in my...
No, I said don't do like an hour first. See if you like it, because some people do get claustrophobic.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. 2 hours is a lot for a first time.
Yeah, let's don't do 2 hours the first time. Yeah, right.
That's for sure.
What I guess how has float practice influenced other areas of your life, from like work to personal relationships? Has it allowed you to connect better or anything like that? Yeah.
Yes. I'm able to just be more present minded. Just mindfulness.
Right.
Yeah, it's like because when you understand yourself better, I think you're just more honest and truthful when you talk to other people. Mm-hmm. Because what's his name? Dostoevsky in the novel The Underground, Notes from the Underground, he said there's a passage where the main character says, I'm trying to think. It's like there are memories where a man would tell his would not tell anybody, but only to his friends. And there are those memories that he won't even tell his friends, but only to himself and in secret. And then there are memories where he won't even tell himself.
Oh,
and
like that.
Those memories that you won't even tell yourself, you tell yourself those memories in the float tank.
Right.
And once you confront those memories, you're coming out just more. It's like it's gonna sound like highfalutin, but you just reach a different state.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you're used to dealing with uncomfortable ideas or memories, or you're no longer traumatized by them.
Mm.
You also can probably find yourself more honest with yourself too.
Yes, be honest with yourself.
Yeah, you're a lot more honest.
If you're honest with yourself,
Mm-hmm.
it's much easier just to be honest with other people.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I mean, a lot of people, I think, want to go and talk about all these things, which I'm all for, like talk therapy and stuff. Sometimes it's our own self that we just need to talk with, right?
That's what I make the joke. I do float, so I don't have to do therapy.
I don't blame you.
You've told me that before.
Yeah. It's true. I mean, there's so many things that we don't even give ourselves the time to process, and that's exactly what floating is. So, you're living proof of it.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone just trying floating for the first time? Give me another Dostoevsky quote. Blew my mind. I couldn't even spell that if my life depended on it.
Yeah, I had a hard time pronouncing his name. Just go in and just experience it. Don't think too much. Just experience, because your body has Nietzsche. I'm quoting Nietzsche now.
Yes.
Nietzsche said there's more wisdom in your body than in all your philosophy. So if just go in there, experience it with your body first. Let your body take control. Then your mind is, because it's, especially for people like us who are sometimes overactive, internal monologue.
Mm-hmm.
You can just psych yourself out.
Oh,
sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if you're more in tune with your body, your mind is gonna calm down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just experience it. Do it for the experience. Don't try to overthink. Just go in there and almost like a blank slate. Just enjoy the experience. Embrace the experience.
I like that advice.
That's good.
Yeah. We always try to tell people, like, you can't do this wrong. Just get in there.
Yeah, no, there's no wrong way to do it.
But yeah, I think a lot of people sometimes are, okay, I got to do breathing techniques and set an intention.
Yeah,
and then I need a guided meditation. I need that. It's like, no, you don't need any of that. So I like that. I like that.
Yeah, we try to coach a little bit on the beginning to get them to that point.
Just to settle
to get them to settle. So they're not like, holy shit, what's going on here? It's like, no, focus on your breath, get the, and then these things will start to come, but that whole.
Yeah, I never even went through that.
Yeah.
I just went in and just felt natural. It just felt.
Yeah, I didn't run you through that at all.
Well, your ability to let go is awesome, I think. I mean, I think obviously you've been getting a lot of practice, but for some people it takes a lot of time. Like
that's very understandable.
Mm-hmm.
It was for me.
Yeah.
Do you think you turned a huge leaf? Like by when would you say that it became a lot more powerful? Did it take 4 or 5 floats, or was it something fairly quick for you?
Maybe half a year.
Yeah.
But I did it for the experience.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed the experience and all whatever mental clarity. That's sort of a side fact almost. I just really enjoyed that calm and serene experience.
Yeah.
And whatever mental clarity and insight I gained from it is just a bonus.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense too, right? Because that would be about 100 hours in. I mean, and you don't get good at anything by doing it for 20 couple hours. That's not how anything, or at least not for me.
Yeah.
I've never been gifted like that. But yeah, it's for sure. Definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, what's next for you in your float journey? Any new goals or experiments internally that you're looking forward to, or you just want to stay the course?
So far, I want to stay the course, but maybe I'll try a gummy next time.
Yeah, there you go. We'll be walking on the ceiling.
Yes.
I'm convinced one night you're going to stay the night in there. Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe.
An overnight float.
Practically have keys to the place now at this point. You're not going to hear no from me.
I love it.
Might have to bring a space heater in there, but no.
I think it's incredible. I think you're a true testament that if you truly stick with it and, just come in, that it can be so powerful, and that it really is so much more simpler sometimes than we make it out to be. So
no, I like that idea of the whole, just the first one, just experience it, set no expectations, enjoy it, but also at the same time, do it a couple times, work towards it. I always tell people when we're at the store, it's like, look, the 3 of us could go to the gym and we could have fun, we could lift, we could work out and feel great afterwards or whatever, but are you really going to see the benefits after working out one time? No.
No, that's a great analogy.
It's consistent. Yeah. It's consistency. It's going through this and working on your float. It's a float practice.
Yeah.
It really is.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing your experience.
Yeah, bud, thanks.
I know I love hearing it from others, and obviously from someone who has so much experience in the float tank. We should start keeping a record in store.
Yeah, put a record.
Bowen's hours.
Yeah, well, we did that with the cold plunge, and that got super competitive.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we want to make float therapy competitive,
Yeah, that's not the point of it.
Yeah, kind of defeats the point.
It does. It does.
We did a cold plunge challenge. What month was it? Like in June. And we had people calling up to be like, "Hey, did Nicholas go in yet?
Yeah.
Is he in?" And they were like racing. I was like, guys, I don't think
we're doing it again in January.
we are doing. Yeah, so I dig
wow.
it. And I think for cold plunging, it's as long as it's the amount of times you cold plunge, not actual duration at which you cold plunge. If when we first got that thing, I was like, what if we do like a leaderboard?
No.
And Joanne's like, I don't think that's very.
Yeah.
I think we're opening ourselves up to some litigation there. Yeah. But yes, no. So, but no, we appreciate you so much for coming.
I enjoyed it.
Any last thoughts?
Yeah, if you were thinking about floating and you heard about it and just always thought about it but never did it, give it a try. It can truly be a game changer and transform your entire outlook and view on life.
Love that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Good way to end there.
Yes.
Well, if you are itching to try some of the tips you learned from Bowen today, you can go to alteredstateswellness.com and book a float session. Don't take it from us. You can take it from Bowen that floating can be life-changing. So for more tips, subscribe and tune in to Altered States Unplugged podcast.
Till next time.